Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air. The mics are hot, excitement's jumping. Everybody's waiting till the fruits are thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. UK liquid mixture stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. UK liquid mixing shows stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air. The mics are hot, excitement's jumping. Everybody's waiting till the fruits are thumping. Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you.
Let's get ready for the UK liquid mixing show. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Ready? Let's go. In a world of vape, where flavors collide, we gather round with mixtures we can't hide. YouTube's our stage, where the magic unfolds. Welcome to the show, where the flavors behold. Mixing and vaping are in for a ride. The clouds we create, we can't deny. From strawberry delight to a caramel dream.
I think you confuse chat every week, Tim.
I do my best.
It confused me then, because I was like, what's it on about? Anyway, welcome to the UK Liquid Mix Show. It is Wednesday night. It's time to talk some mixing and tings. So who you got on tonight? You got myself, Benny Vapes. We've got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes. We've got our own mixing maestro, which is Tim Advocate for Liberty. And we've got the Green Goddess of mixing, which is Lady Liberty. If you are in chat, just have a look at the top and see if you're in Twat Chat. If you're in Twat Chat, swap it over to live chat and you'll keep up with everything we are doing. If you have got any questions, just drop them in chat and we'll get round to them. If you are new and we're going a bit too quick and you're not 100% sure what we're talking about, just say, I ain't got a clue what you've just said. Can you explain it a bit better? And we will explain it to you. If you want to start mixing and you don't know what to do, just drop it in chat and we'll point you in the right direction where to get your things and what you will need to start mixing to make your own e-liquids. Right, there we go. Pop out chat. Pop out chat so I can see on live chat. There you go. Get you lot up. Right. So what we'll do is we'll get Liam to run through chat.
Yeah, once I clean my glasses so I can see.
Once you can see.
Once you can see.
So I'll only miss one or two people out instead of everybody. Right, in chat tonight we have Stephen DeVriesier, Jack
From
Stephen, Brian Ferguson, John Vape and Joker, Cloud Chucker, Neil Pitts, John McClintock. Finish.
Ready?
Free Rider Vapor. And Jack Stephen. I think I might have said Jack Stephen before, but I'll say it again. Hello, everybody. If I missed anybody out, you know what to do in chat. Hi, Martin. Just type in Benny, a dickhead.
Yeah.
Rocky Toonie.
Hey, Rocky.
Rocky Dooney. Yo-ho-ho. Martin Saunders, good evening. Jack set himself on fire, just like me. I just wanted to copy in my footsteps.
Oh wait, I forgot. I'm still mad at you, Rocky. You're not my friend anymore.
Oh,
Hope you're doing all right, Jack.
it'll be fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry about Jack. He's Hanky's son, so don't worry about Jack.
Yeah. Right.
So, right, what we'll do is we'll have a little bit of a buffet, and we will start with Lady Liberty. What are you vaping on tonight?
Surprise, surprise, I have a recoil on the Thelema Quest.
I tell you what'll go really nice on that, the new Joker. The Dead Rabbit Joker.
Nope.
It will.
I will
It
not support Dead Rabbit because of the fact that I own rabbits and I do not like Dead Rabbit.
Well, it's a Joker one. It's not a Dead Rabbit. It's called Dead Rabbit Joker. It's got a Joker face on it, not a rabbit. It's nice. It'd look well on that mod, to be fair.
And I got some coconut frosted pineapple cake on that. That's it. I'll pass it to Liam.
Right, got my Hadron 250C with a steam grave aroma miser V2 on top. And in that, literally just the last half a mil of that custard mix I've been doing. So I'm going to have to mix them up now. I'll mix it up now while we're chatting. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually put a little bit of lime in this time.
All right, to make it like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, drop the custard down a little bit. Just some more so there's more of like a creamy sort of lime.
Yes.
Give that a try. Right, and I will pass it over to Tim.
Wow, you had a lot going on there. And you didn't even have any juice in that damn thing. Half a mil. Maybe. That's being generous.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much drying the wicks out.
I don't know if anybody can hear it, but the dog's like sleeping and she's yipping in her sleep next to me. He's a weird dog. Anyhow, got the Vena on top of the Fog Kit mod. And in that, I've got the mango ice cream I made last week. And then I've got her plum mix. I don't know exactly what it was. Some kind of sugary plum in the Nevermore on top of the Gruss. And then the desktop mod that never leaves, the Nom Streets. Reserve it's finally getting down there in the Dreamer Clutch with the Blaze Solo on top. Benny, what do you got?
Nice. So I've got the Vupu mini thingy, whatever this is, mini. Because I took it to work. I wanted something to, because I've decided, obviously, with the thing with my seats with batteries, that I'm now going to have an internal battery mode. So I had this stored away somewhere that I forgot about. So I've done that, and I got the mat tank out with it. I think I picked it up cheap. It was on like a £5 somewhere. So I thought I'll use this. Inside that, I've got some Rosias custard from Eligio X, which is quite nice. I'm also on the Cuckoo with the cubics inside there, and actually I'm not on my own stuff because I ran out, and then I was looking for my concentrates, and I found that I'd still got some Drake's Havana natural extracted tobacco, so I made myself a bottle of that up, which is quite nice. And that is me. So, and yes, Martin, everybody knows I'm a dickhead because I employ Yankee. Neil Pitt says, Tim, I got some natural chocolate pudding, Wonder Flavours. I love it, use it, and ice cream, dark chocolate, Wonder Flavours together in my nutty butty recipe. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah,
The
really good
natural
combo.
chocolate pudding is just night
Better
and
than
day.
SC.
Night and day better than the super concentrated. I mean, they're both good, but the natural's better.
Yeah. Significantly better.
We've got a question from Brian Ferguson. Benny, I've noticed that mixing natural flavours by themselves, not artificial, my best flavour shines at around 11 to 13%. I like to know what everyone else thinks. Are we talking natural, as in naturally extracted tobacco flavors?
Because that would really matter about which natural flavors.
Yes.
Because, like,
Yeah,
for instance, the natural flavors using medicine flower, you don't need that much.
yeah. So it comes down to brands and how much it's diluted and whether it's
Yes.
super concentrated and everything else.
Yes, that's the big thing of it. Is where you've got it from and who's done it. Yes, not sure what that means. Yes, Brian, explain. Yes, I'm surmising that if you got it from the naturally extracted tobaccos, that yes, you would find that they play quite high, like this for the mixing.
Yeah, they do.
Do you know what I mean?
The six mix is quite high.
Yes, they're quite high. But if you're on about natural extracted
Good question,
flavors,
Pity.
is like the cult flavors. Some of them, the ones that you have, which is raw, you don't have to use as high, do you? Do you know what I mean? They don't go as high. Can I hear maybe? All right, mate. They don't go as high as what his normal flavors do.
The original OG ones that
yes.
you have over there at Noms, those have to go higher.
Yes, you had
My
to push
Uncle
them a little bit
Paulie.
higher. So if you're talking about that, then yes, the normal flavors do go higher.
I mean, the natural range for Wonder flavors needs higher percentage than, say, medicine flower by a long shot. Yeah. And those are different naturals too. They're not necessarily naturally extracted. There's also different levels of natural. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's these. You do find that some of them do need to be pushed higher, and you'll. Thing is though, we might say that we use them at 5%, but you might. That's with any flavors. That's not just for natural extracted flavors, even the artificial ones. That when you're putting in that, we might say, oh, we like it around about 4%, 5%, but you might like it really high up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, some of those can go to 8 to 12%.
Yeah,
and
but
the older flavors, especially like the
older,
TPA and some of the cap. Yeah.
Yeah, like the cap and TPA. They used to just put them up to custards. It'd be like 10% fucking cap one, wouldn't it?
Even
Do you know
higher.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of them there need like 15% to really even come through as just the main note. But you still wind up using other flavors to add to it at that percentage.
Apparently, Canadians need to start travelling to the US. Grady, you all right, mate?
And for anyone that's new in chat tonight, mixing really is that quick and easy. Just
As long as
just the 120 mil as we were just chatting.
helps add all the flavors out.
The hardest part about mixing for me is digging out the flavors, especially with
Finding
them.
them.
Always goes for
Yeah,
flavor art or flavor, and that is the ones we have the most of.
Yeah, I had them sat on my desk because that's pretty much the flavor I've been using for the last couple of weeks. Apart from the lime, I just pulled the lime out ready.
Yeah, I find that they've got flavors everywhere. I need to have a really good clean up and sort them all out and see what I've got because they're just fucking all over the place. So,
I mean, I have some on my desk from my last two mixes, but for the most part, I have them organized. So
I have shit everywhere. So I need to have a good clean up when I'm on holiday next. I need to come in here and bottom it all, throw some stuff out, and get rid of stuff because it just piles up. Do you know what I mean? And you just can't move for things. You end up with a little space. My first question: my BAP shops, my BAP shop. Selling sandwiches, egg butties, bacon sandwiches. Owner mate thinks and wears I would rather add WS23 as an ice variant of commercial taste minty than cool. Is this due to Colada rather than WS23?
Yes.
It will be.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. WS23, it just gives you the coolness, more or less. Coolada and, things like that give you, like, if you put...
other coolants have a lot of them.
Yeah.
Will have that minty taste to them, yeah. or at least an off taste.
Yeah, WS23 doesn't give. That's why they use it. That's why a lot of companies use WS23. Is it doesn't give you that
It's
that
clean.
minty taste. Yeah, it gives you the coldness rather than the thing. But what the owner probably doesn't know WS23. He probably doesn't know what it is. He probably just thinks it's all because you're being programmed to call it cool harder. You know, a lot of shops will say, "Oh, it's got coolant,"
Or just coolant, or just call it
Cooling.
coolant.
Yeah, just call it coolant and just assume it's a cool harder because it says cool harder in it, doesn't it? You know, it says it in the name. You know, so yeah, so these a little bit of that in it that he probably thinks it is cool harder and it's not. They're using WS23. And you using WS23 is not strange. I'd prefer WS23 than over cool harder. I particularly don't like cool harder. I don't like polar ice blast neither. You know, where's Graham these days? He's hiding under an AI rock at the moment. It's Graham. So he's doing the. Where's Graham? Yeah, we're just saying he's hiding under an AI rock. He's having a bit of time. He's studying.
But for those that like Star Trek, he's like the Borg. He's being assimilated.
Yeah, wandering the streets. Yeah, he's updating himself. He's plugged into his computer like that, going beep, 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 beep. So yes, so that's what he's doing. Oh, Liam, while I'm on,
Yeah.
Pepsi.
What do you think?
I got strawberries and cream. Yeah.
so if it's shit,
You
I'm
haven't
gonna
tried
tell
it,
you.
have you?
I've not tried it. I've got if you got a B&M's, they're selling it in there. 10 for £4.
There's an orange
And
cream
they're doing
Coke too. There's an orange cream Coke I saw.
Oh, we don't
saw
have
today.
that.
Yeah, I picked them up when they were in Tesco. They were in Tesco on like a club card off, £20 if you haven't got a club card and like £3.50 if you do.
I almost picked one up today, but we're trying to stay away from soda, so I didn't.
Just tastes like a cream soda. Not much
You
strawberry in it.
just can't taste the strawberry now.
Yeah, not just.
It's the other way around with vape.
When it's best if you shake it up first. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm going to do that, mate. Shake it up. It's all right. It's all right.
It'll work
It
now.
tastes-
Just hold the thumb over the hole and shake it. It'll be fine.
I tell you what, it does taste a little bit like a strawberry movie. Strawberry split.
Right, okay.
Do you know
Yeah,
what
use the
it
right
is,
words,
don't you?
Benny. Use the right words, Benny.
It's called a movie.
For the rest of the
Strawberry
world.
Split. Strawberry split. You know the ice cream strawberry split.
Yeah.
It tastes a little bit like that.
Never heard it called a movie down this way.
Never know. All right.
No.
No. Yeah, strawberry movie. Trying to stay away from cold pop. Yeah, seems to be an odd combination. Right. Brian said last week we discussed blue ras custard. I didn't have too much luck with it. However, I did manage to pull off a blueberry vanilla swirl custard. Yeah, we said that blue ras may not work with ice cream.
Custard.
I've always found
Custard,
I've always found blue raspberry with cream, blue raspberry with custard just tastes a bit strange to me.
You can kind of blue ras if you hit it with the vanilla good, like as a secondary note. It can kind of work there, but for the custard part, that you can't have that. I don't think it's gonna work.
Blueberry though, blueberry goes really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He's doing a blueberry swirl, vanilla swirl custard. Your vanilla swirl is an ice cream.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, your vanilla swirl is classed as an ice cream. You know, so if you're using, the vanilla swirl, it will be more go play with a blueberry better, and your custard sort of be at back end because it is more of an ice creamy thing than a. I don't know why, because I always thought it was swirl, but I'm guessing they call it a swirl. Maybe it's the soft scoop ice cream.
Oh, that's what this is called. Swirl. Ninja Swirl. All it does is take regular ice cream and just makes it soft serve. That's a swirl.
Yeah.
That's an alright custard, Benny, but there's absolutely no lime in there. Not yet anyway. Like 3% FA lime.
All right, yeah.
Not tasting anything, but it is an old bottle, so it could just be that it's starting losing its potency.
Put a bit more in.
I haven't got much more left to put in there.
Have you not got like a Tahiti lime or out like that?
I probably have, but I can't be bothered rummaging through the drawers to find one.
Yeah, it's not that sweet in ours because it's obviously this is max So it's not got sugar in it. It's got whatever
It's
it is,
sweetener.
sweetener.
Yeah, because
Zero sugar.
anything with sugar in has an extra tax on it.
Yeah, I just got the pop up for that just now too. I was going to mention it, Paul. 20% off noms until Sunday.
Yeah, they keep doing that. It must be really slow at the moment.
It's almost impossible to like. I mean, I can't even try to promo my code that much if I'm thinking you can get 20% off. Do it. I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah. I think they must be slow because I've had 25, 17, and now 20 again.
Mhm.
So I'm guessing they must be slow.
I think it hurt a lot when the whole thing collapsed for the being able to ship to US.
Yeah, I think it did. It sort of because I never got as much discount codes as I'm getting now.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah,
It's almost nonstop.
That doesn't help over here as well. That electricity prices and everything else are going up,
Yes,
so people's pay packets aren't going as far.
Yes, yeah,
That's true too.
yeah. Benny, do they use sucralose in it? I'm not sure what they're using it, to be honest with me. I bet if I looked on thing, it'll tell me what it is. Sweetener, I don't know.
It's
Actually,
Spartan.
give me trying a new sweetener from Bull City that comes in tomorrow.
It's a Spartan.
All right, there you go. I'm Spartan. So yeah. So what I've been, do you know what I've been thinking today is, like things have been progressing, as in, electronics, and we're going more forward in a futuristic sort of world where robots can walk like a human being, like Graham showed me the other day. This one doing roly polies and things like that, and you can get different sort of electronics to do different things. Do you think that, if it'd be beneficial to us if you had, like you can do these piss tests where it tells you what's in your pee? Do you know what I mean? That it says you've got this, this, and this in it. If they brought some out for flavours, like like your little bottles of your concentrate, and you could do it on there, and it'll tell you exactly what chemical compounds are in there. Do you think that'd help us better with mixing?
No, because most people wouldn't have a clue what the chemical compounds were.
But I'm saying with the power of AI that we have now, that you could put in. And all I'm thinking is that if you just got a bottle and you put it in this machine and it says it's got this, this, and this, and then you put another one at the side of it and go, duh, and it says it's got this, this, and this, and one of them chemicals is exactly the same, or a few of them chemicals are exactly the same to make it up, would they play better together? So you wouldn't have to take. So it takes the.
That can go both ways, and we already know this from certain flavorings where you'll get like, say you have different companies making the same flavoring, like a banana flavor, for instance. Individually, they may not taste like candied banana, but when you add them together, they have a shared note that creates that candied banana. Same thing with the cherries. You might individually, they might taste like a cherry, but then you add them together, and all of a sudden they taste medicinal. And I think that some of them add up in a good way, adding those chemicals together, the similar chemicals, and some of them kind of blow it out.
Yeah,
so I think it's a little both.
With AI the way it is at the moment, because it's not artificially intelligent as such. It's just regurgitating information that's fed into it.
Yeah.
So it would have to be pointed towards that information in the first place to be able to tell you. Now, us as a mixing community don't do that.
Yeah.
So it might very well be out there on the internet somewhere. Because, I mean, obviously the chemists are trained in flavor chemistry. So, but you'd have to know where to point it to actually pick up all of those. But I still don't think it would be useful. I still don't think it would be. No,
because it doesn't have taste buds, so it's not going to be able to tell what it tastes like. So it's just going to chemically, this makes sense. Put it together, it might be terrible.
Which might very well happen. Which is why we end up with cucumber with rind, melon with rind, because it makes sense on a chemical level, but doesn't make sense on a taste level.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I just wondered if there were. What do you think there'd be something that'd be benefited? So going forward in the world that we are now, would there something that you'd think to yourself, oh, that'd be a good idea? I know we did the homogenizer that changed, that changed it a bit, but no one ever talks about it because no one fucking embraced it. Do you know what I mean? That they thought it was shit,
Gimmicky.
and
Gimmicky.
we have to steep it for 25 week. Do you know what I mean? When this cut it down, and then oh no, you can't do that. Do you think there's something you could is the old that we're missing that could help us better? Like maybe a machine that you could just put your bottle in and it just squirts instead of, you know what I mean, that you can just type it in and say, I want this, and this, and it just fucking text, like the automated machines that you have. Do you know?
You
So
mean
it
like
can go
you're
over.
talking like almost like the machine soda machine you get at like McDonald's or Burger King or something,
Yeah,
the multiple little packs and they're just mixing it together in the same cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A smaller version of a big mixing, because that's obviously, I'm guessing this is what does
Yeah,
when you go into a big commercial
Yeah,
place, that they do that there. They put the barrels in and, it's got the concentrate and it goes,
Yeah,
and that's it, mix it out.
on a commercial level, that makes sense because they're making gallons of the same juice. On a personal mixing level, I don't think it would be that convenient. You might possibly get it in the way that, like you get the Soda Stream flavors and stuff like that, where you'd have to use these particular flavors and only these ones, so it could scan a barcode or something on the side of it, and then it would automatically know 3 ml of this, 2 ml of that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That could work, but then you'd be very, very limited to what you could use with it. If you were to try and, I'm thinking of like Tassimo machines and stuff like that. The coffee pods, they got a barcode on them, so it reads the barcode and it knows how much to put in for a weak coffee, a medium coffee, a strong coffee. It knows when you're putting the milk, when you're putting milk in there, it's something like that could work, but you'd be very limited on the flavors unless they brought out 70, 80 different flavors that you could mix and match with. When we're looking at using as many flavors as we do, once you start going down that rabbit hole, it's going to take you a lot longer to type in how much for each one of those bottles you're putting in for the machine to use.
Yeah.
Than it would be if you just grab it and pour it in yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we're not mixing it up by gallons. That's why it makes sense commercially doing it that way, because they can program it in and then leave it do its 7 gallon.
Yeah, have it set up for 3 or 4 mixes per unit and you'd be good.
Yeah, because it would take somebody a lot longer to mix all that by hand than it would for the machine to do it. But when you're looking at smaller quantities, it's a lot quicker for you to do it by hand than it would be to actually get the machine to do it.
Yeah. Just while Martin's just put in, Benny Liam, do you notice smoking seems to have gone up since the ban? Rubbish. Tim, did this happen years ago with a US ban years ago? Only I've noticed more smokers in the last few years. Martin, Finney's put in, Martin, since 2016, smoking has decreased every year. Personally, I haven't noticed an uptick in smoking for years, even when they try to ban things. Right. There is a study that's just come out, and Martin, I believe you're down south. And yes, the smoking rate has gone up down south.
Yeah, I was going to say, in Wales, I haven't noticed more people. I haven't noticed more people smoking. I've seen more people vaping, but again, I think it comes down to the propaganda that's being fed in the newspapers.
Yeah,
whether they believe in everything that's being said. Because I know quite a few. I do know quite a few smokers who will not go over to vaping because of
what's being said.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I've seen some people actually jump back to smoking from vaping because they got the scares from all the ads saying it was worse than vaping. Vaping's worse than cigarettes, so they went back to smoking. You did see that for a little while, but a lot of those have already jumped back over to vaping or quit. So
yeah, but it has. There's definitely come out this week.
A little temporary thing.
Yeah, it came out this week that north of England has stopped the same. It hasn't decreased. It hasn't increased. But what would it, southwest sort of area? Is that like Norfolk and that round there, Cornwall, down that sort of fucking thing, has increased dramatically. Hey up, G, you all right, mate? So it has increased. So there is an uptake down south. It has gone up. So if you're down south,
if you can't get what you need, you're going to use what's available, and if you're fear mongered into the right situation, thinking that you made a mistake trying to save yourself, and you jump back to the old. I mean, those are two things that will possibly happen. It all depends on how much stock these people take in your news.
It's like you see the ones in the newspaper where they're saying that 9-10-year-old kids are having vapes confiscated off them in the classroom because all the children in the school are vaping and everything else. Well, my son's 10. He doesn't know any child that vapes.
Yeah.
So
it's more high school that's doing it, because they go to school at 11, don't they now?
When you start experimenting, trying to get that nicotine high, or get the, same time you try and sneak into mom and dad's liquor cabinet, same idea, experimentation. You're on that age, that's when you'll get into the trouble.
Yeah, it's when something's made illicit, it just feels naughty. So
yeah. And let's think. Would you rather devil's advocate, which one's worse? I mean, sorry, from a personal level, you got to feel that way. From their level, to make news, it's all bad, which is true to a degree.
Yeah, I mean, I've already explained to my son that the only reason I vape was because I was daft enough to start smoking, and I told him I'd rather he didn't do either.
Yeah,
that's the right answer. My daughter has quit. She took up vaping because her siblings vaped, and then she just recently quit. She's about 2 months now.
Hey, Graham.
So, Brian says, my own experience with AI is I asked it to produce a recipe, and it has taken over 5 hours to complete, with a lot of input on my part. Yeah, it's been in badly. That's why they should have dropped your. I don't think it'd been as bad if you would have dropped your nicotine in America down to 20 like we did for disposable vapes, because it was 50.
Oh yeah, as far as chasing a nicotine high, definitely a big factor for someone trying to get that nicotine high. Yeah,
it should never have been 50.
50. It was more than 50. That was it. 59. That one we had, huh? 59.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should never have been as high as that. It should have been 20 milligram. That's all you could have. It should never have been any higher than that.
That all comes down to Juul, doesn't it?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It should have been 20.
That is where it really.
Here's 25.
Well, they used the benzotinate or whatever it was in there to make it so it didn't affect you, smooth it out. And they used an excessive amount compared to anyone else, which is why it was so addicting. That one was actually kind of addicting. I found when we had the Juuls, I'd wake up in the morning wanting it. I don't do that with my vape. I can sit up, have my coffee, and then have it.
But see, part of me was thinking at the time, was that just tobacco possibly seeing the writing on the wall and trying to get people then hooked on nicotine. So they'd buy the vapes from the tobacco company.
Exactly.
Or when the vapes are trying to eradicate them, they eradicate them, and then you're hooked on nicotine and they get you.
Yeah,
either way they win.
They did it to obviously to get people hooked on Juuls. Do you know what I mean? It's no counts like that. But yeah, 50 milligram of blank, it should have been never 50 milligram.
No,
because you didn't vape 50 milligram when you were doing freebase. Even if you tried to vape,
I could see like 24, 25 being the cap, because there were people that started off, heavy smokers would start off around 24 milligram, the traditional. So 25, I could see 20, 25, but yeah, you're right. 50 is. There's nobody that needs that. Nobody needs that.
When we first quit, you didn't get a 50 milligram.
I'm with you, Martin.
It'd be 20, but most you could get was 30. And
I was going to say, I think the highest
30 to 30 would be.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the highest I ever saw was 36. But
Yes.
the average people were buying was 20, 24.
Yeah. 18 I started with because it was just too much. I couldn't
I,
do any
yeah,
higher than that.
I started on 18.
Yeah. Just couldn't
50
do it.
milligrams was definitely pumped pretty damn high. I mean, you can, once you start, it's hard to get away from it. But the fact is, you really don't need that much to start. 30 would have been more than enough for
Yes.
anybody.
Yes.
That
And that's where
59
that's what I'm saying. That's where
Pink
they should-
elephants, like Martin said.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where you should have gone wrong. That's where they went wrong. They should have blanket, should have stopped that straight away, and you wouldn't have the place where we are now with it at all.
Oh, look at energy drinks. They did the same damn thing. Pump up that caffeine. Remember Jolt?
Oh, we didn't
Remember
have Jolt,
Jolt?
I don't think.
Oh my God, that stuff was like
you
just-
used to be able to buy like the little bottles. So
Yeah,
I
you
think
could buy the
I'm
little bottle,
I'm
yeah.
sure that was Jolt, and it was
Right.
just like a shot, but it was pretty much a shot of pure caffeine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Jolt. Jolt originally when it came out was so caffeinated that they actually did wind up reducing it. They had to because it was actually causing like heart palpitations in people because there was so much of it. Same thing with it. You know, if you're gonna have a heart problem reaction, it's gonna be because you've had way too much nicotine, like a 50 milligram or better.
yeah,
Not
Yeah.
from a 20. No.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It should never be a thing. Graham's saying, tip when asking AI for a recipe, prompt with thinking mode. You are Wayne Walker from DIY or Die. An e-liquid mixologist says yes if you understand. Now ask it for a recipe, and it'll pretend it's Wayne Walker.
Oh, yay. The one that can't figure out how to make rose milk. Good job, Wayne. Love you.
Yeah. Yeah. Neil saying, when I first started vaping, I had some 12 milligram free-base nicotine juice. Thought it was enough. Bought a Nick shot to bring it up to 30 milligram nicotine. That hit the back of the throat and spun my head. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Big Jenks, yeah, all right. He says, when I walked to hundreds thousands of nitrous oxide cartridges. Yes, they use them as well now.
Yeah, they used to be low. There was loads of them run by me as well, and they stopped now.
Yes,
You used to be able to get, recently, you were able to get cases of that from Walmart. You're not supposed to use it for that purpose, but come on,
Yeah.
what else are you buying it for?
yeah. They've clamped down it a bit in UK, haven't they? Selling it as bad, so you don't see the cartridges as bad because it went from being little ones that big to suddenly you got the big fucking tanker ones.
But see, I don't know whether it was like it when you were growing up, Benny, but we were always told to watch the glueies.
Oh yeah, the glueies, the glue sniffers, yeah.
Watch the
Yeah,
glueies.
Evo stick.
Stay away from the glueies.
Yeah, Evo stick. That's what
Yeah,
that was. Evo
yeah.
stick in the can. The floor layers.
Whippets.
Will,
Yeah.
Whippets, yep.
Yeah.
Neil Whippets.
Don't go down there. That's where the glueies go.
yeah,
Yeah.
walking around movement bag.
But that doesn't seem to be as much of a problem now as it was back then.
No, glue sniffer,
they-
because you've got to be 18 now to get glue, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
And,
I
and
mean,
even then, they've dumbed down the glue and
But
made
see-
it even harder to get the stuff that
Yeah.
used to really
but
work.
that's the thing that you would have thought they'd look at stuff like that and think, right, outright banning it just drives it underground. But trying to regulate it by putting age restrictions and stuff on products works.
Yeah.
So, and then every single time they get into this cycle, right, we'll ban it.
Hammer. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and
there's
then the
other
other thing they do,
reasons
Liam, is like even with cough syrups and stuff, they make it so it's weak, so it doesn't work. It's like, okay, you're defeating the purpose here. The age restriction thing made sense. This does not. Now you have a inferior product that doesn't properly work because it's not potent enough to actually function.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Its only use now is really for the wrong reasons. There's no good reason for this weakened product anymore.
But everybody's going to stop it. Do you know what I mean? This is what happens. Someone finds a way of using stuff for the correct reason. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's like now that they've got to put on Gorilla Glue, do not use it in your hair.
Yeah, but since the beginning of time, it's always been, they were probably walking past somebody that was munching on mushrooms because they didn't know what they were, so they'd munch on the mushrooms and see how it affected them. If it killed them, you stayed away from it.
Yeah.
Send the kids over
Yeah.
there. Oh, that one didn't make it. We don't eat those mushrooms no more.
Yeah, yeah. Mike says, can't lie. Acetone-based nail varnish remover is a good smelling solvent, but don't do it, kids. Petrol is a good smell too. we have solvent welds glue for sticking pipes together, and originally that
I have some
proper
right over
smell.
there underneath that shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, you open that up and it was like, woo, yeah, glue sniffers.
And now they have they got the purple and the orange, so you know which one to put on first to clean. Which one they used to remember they didn't used to be as all clear all before all of it.
yeah.
Now they have the color on it. That is kind of nice though, so you can make sure you got a good seal having the color. I will admit I don't mind that.
I just don't. Well, I don't know why you clean your solvent well. Just stick it with glue. It works. You don't have to clean it.
No, I've never bothered until like if I buy the kit and I had a cleaner, I go, why the fuck not? But then I did. It's like, why did I bother?
Yeah, it don't. It just cleans it. It just cleans it. It don't. You can still stick it together.
I mean, if it's that dirty, you're gonna clean it with something else anyway. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's just,
I know. I've never fucking cleaned it yet. I did when it first came out. I fucking know. I haven't bought solvent cleaner for fucking years.
that there came in a 2-pack. That's the only reason I have the cleaner. I think the cleaner's the orange, right? And isn't the purple the
Yeah,
glue
yeah.
or the, yeah?
Well, as in coloured when I buy it because I buy it.
It didn't used to be. It's just more recent to come out, and it's everywhere it's
Yeah.
colored now. It's because I think people are using the wrong one and putting it on there.
Probably
Probably
so,
putting
yeah,
the cleaner
yeah.
on, putting it together. It wasn't working. Why isn't this working? Well, you didn't use the glue. Now they're like, the purple isn't there. You used the wrong one.
Yeah. Neil saying last time I had.
I think that's probably supposed to be pneumonia.
Oh, pneumonia. The doctor gave me hydrocodone cough syrup. It would knock me out. Knock an elephant out.
Yeah,
That
that
stuff
stuff gives me a
will knock you out.
migraine. It gives me a migraine.
It keeps Tim up.
Yeah, it gives me a
Okay.
migraine. It keeps me
We
awake.
don't want to know what you do in your personal life. Thank you very much.
But he felt phenomenal before he got knocked out. Apparently, it
No,
must be
the-
AJ Styles. He's a phenomenal one. There he is.
No,
Neil Pitts is AJ Styles.
no, the 2 mil TPD requirements have never made any
Yeah.
sense at
That
all.
is dumb.
See, that's 2 mil. That's 2 mil in there on a sub-ohm tank, and I fill it up every like 30 seconds.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Is
fucking drains it.
what's the point of a 2 mil tank? I mean, that's someone who doesn't know what they're talking about right there. That's exactly what it is.
Well, they took it off of when they were clearamizers. That's what they took it. The 2 mil TPD came from clearamizers.
Yeah, but things have
Because-
changed.
The 2 mil, what they've took it as if a child, see, with 20 milligram as well. What they took it is if a child drunk that e-liquid at 20 milligram, it wouldn't kill them. It might make them a little bit sick. But it
Okay,
wouldn't
so
kill
that does have some
and that's why
validity
they're
to it.
saying it was supposed to be originally was 2 mil, and it was supposed to be non-fillable, as they are now.
So it most would be 40 milligrams in that at max,
You know
if
what
it
I
was
mean?
correctly.
So you couldn't have over 20 milligram, and it was going to be a non-fillable tank.
So if they drank the whole tank, 40 milligrams max, nothing more.
But then it all changed and freaking
Which would just give them a headache, and that's it.
yeah, they changed it and brought in that you could still have fillable tanks, but it's still 2 mil. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just kept the 2 mil in.
Yeah.
Because where they
Here's my
say you shouldn't
here's my
vape
2 mil
anymore than
tank
2
right
mil.
here. My
Yeah.
2 mil. Yeah. Okay.
But yet you can have a 3 litre bottle of bleach sat underneath your bathroom cabinet.
Yes, yeah, with a childproof top.
Yeah, so they could have just made the tops childproof. I mean, if it's good enough for bleach, it's good enough for e-liquid.
Martin broke my leg playing for Plymouth's American football team in my 20s. Now on and off knocks you out. Isn't there a requirement for a child-resistant device? Well, this one had, you could call it a child resistance because they've made the where you press it to open it up look exactly the same, but it's not. Not now. They didn't really take off, didn't that child? That's why a lot of tanks had child-proof locks, but they don't fucking bother.
I remember when they tried to do that fingerprint mod thing, how badly that went.
Yeah. Graham's just popped something in with a face on it, so I don't know what that is. If someone wants to click on it, be careful. It might be porn.
Might be.
You just
Oh,
scared
no.
me, so I'm not clicking it.
You just underestimated the chances of it being porn.
It's a link to Graham's OnlyFans. That's what
Yeah, it could be. It could be alt. It could be alt with Graham.
Wish I never opened it.
I
So I'll just do a quick share screen on it.
So everybody gets to see Graham's bits.
Right, so this is AI Wayne raspberry cheesecake. So it's 1.5% TFA Bavarian cream, 1% LA cream cheese icing, 1.5% TFA graham cracker clear, 5% Cap New York cheesecake, 4% TFA raspberry sweet, 0.5% of Cap super sweet, and 2.5% vanilla swirl. Now that does very,
quite
very
tasty,
much
actually, doesn't it? Yeah.
that does very much look like an old school recipe for raspberry cheesecake.
Yeah.
So maybe a recipe. So this is basically the yeah. So I'm assuming this is what Graham has put in as a prompt, and this is what the AI has spat out.
So yeah, it's all right.
I got
Lots of
news for you
everybody.
right now. I
Wayne
know
Walker.
it's not really Wayne because Wayne will not type that much anymore.
Yeah,
Maybe
so,
at one point in time.
yeah. So it's even got reasoning behind it.
It's fucking, honestly.
Yeah. So yeah, it's and instructions
Yeah.
on how to mix it.
So we
So, I
don't
mean,
need Wayne anymore.
No, I mean that doesn't look like a bad recipe at all.
I can answer that question. Can't kids push down? The fact of the matter is, most elderly people, when they're having problems, hand the kid bottles to their grandkids to open,
Yeah, to open, yeah,
and
it's fucking
because they
bizarre,
can't
isn't it?
open it, but the kids can. So
Yeah.
that kind of mutes the point,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
It's like
Okay.
the bleach bottles where you have to squeeze it and turn it. It's childproof. Kids
Screw
can't
that. That
squeeze
shit
and
hurts
turn.
my hand sometimes.
Yeah.
They have it on the mouthwash containers now. You have to squeeze them, and they're so tight that the first time you open them.
They made
Um,
mine really easy. It's just like a tab that you just literally push down, then you just can just
Yeah, the gimmicky
Yeah.
ones. That's what I'm talking about, Martin. It's just, and plus, so many of them out there that don't have it, and so many of them, like a mech. I mean, that's kind of is not, in a way, it's childproof. In a way, it's not. It's kind of a mixed bag. Like a child is never going to be able to build that coil and set it up to use it.
He's going to be able to push that button though.
But the one thing they might be able to do is make it into an exploding device. So keep it out of the reach of children for that reason.
Oh, pardon me. Graham, John's wanting you to do one for Nevans. If you can do one for Nevans, see what he brings up there.
Yeah, 17% sweetener or bust. We know it's not him.
So yeah, give that a go, Graham.
14% SSA whipped cream, right?
Yeah, 14% SSA whipped cream, 17% sweetener, and then we think it might be Nevins.
Oh my God, just the sound of that makes my teeth hurt.
Graham did say earlier on, employ robots. I would just think about robots then when we're on about it. Do you know what I think would be quite cool if you could have, you know, like you've got all your bottles stacked up. And do you know, like when you do the Pepsi Cola, or when you go to one of these machines where you put your money in and it goes
Benny,
up,
I actually
picks your bottles
considered-
up and drops it down. Do you know what I mean? So you could go over and you could say to it, right, I want A2.
You know,
and it goes up
yes.
and brings you out a bottle of
I was
cheesecake,
thinking
drops
about
it for
building
you.
one of those
Yeah.
at one point, but then I realized all the bottles would have to be the same size every time and all that. Otherwise, I really was considering that. And then when I got up to like over 2,000 flavorings, I'm like, no, I'd have to have a room full that size. It's not gonna work.
I think it'd be cool that. Just have a wall there.
I did think about it one time when I was like 200-300 flavors.
It
Like
just goes
that would be awesome.
There you go. And
If you did that, Tim, you'd actually get your own flavors out. And I
No,
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
I?
to
I'd be
do it
sending you
anymore.
over and say, punch in the numbers. Go for it. The key's right there.
I'm gonna slap you. You're so lazy.
I mean, you could automate it to a certain point where you push a button and it revolves around so you can grab your flavor and stuff.
You could
like
do that too. Yep. Simple revolve.
But I mean, once we got to the point where you'd have a robot that you'd be able to say, "Make me a raspberry cheesecake," and then it goes and gets the flavors.
It
and does
opens up
That's-
the bottle and everything. Yeah.
At that point, none of us are going to be working anyway, Benny.
Well, the thing is, these abroad, I don't know if it's in stock or something like that. I know boys have been there, where they actually have AI robots doing cocktails. So
Yep.
you go over,
Yeah.
you tell it what cocktail you want, and it puts it up on screen, and it actually goes, and it's one of them, the arm ones where it goes up, and it actually goes, picks a bottle up, puts that in, puts that in, puts that in, shakes it, and gives you a cocktail. So they can do it with cocktails.
You could do that, and like if they did it like the soda machine things where you had them pre-filled little canisters, and you put the right one in each one. You could get one. You could even use one of them, fill it full of flavorings, and make it so it can make a limited amount. But you're gonna still gonna be limited to like what 15, 20 flavors. That's only gonna get you so far. I mean, and it almost like be like a slider effect. Like what was that website? It was like I was saying when Liam was talking, is that
It's
one
not
that had the
it's
sliders?
packed in, is that?
It's not-
That.
He
Yeah.
packed it in, but yeah, we had the
Yeah,
sliders.
yeah,
It's the same idea.
yes.
You're very limited because you're not getting to choose which strawberry you want. You're not getting to choose which
Yeah.
vanilla you want.
Yeah.
It has to be whatever's in there. So you're going to have limitations. And some will turn out good, some won't. Whereas we might be able to use by choice a better version for what you're making and make it work a lot better.
My
Yeah, but if
question
you
about
could-
this cocktail making robot is, can you customize your cocktail unlike
Yes,
your
yeah, yeah,
Subway
yeah.
sandwiches?
Yeah. No, you can't Subway sandwiches. You can't customize anymore. I've told you that. So
I heard you can, but if you have to pay extra.
not as far as this one didn't.
So,
no,
someone was saying you can pay extra to do it.
no,
last week.
Not,
What?
not
That's stupid.
not here.
Isn't
Not
that the
in one I
purpose
went.
of Subway? What's the point of Subway if you can't customize your sandwich?
No shit.
I
You just
mean,
get what they
I
give
literally
you.
had a Subway worker tell me last week, "Oh, I guess I'm not going to the UK because that's freaking dumb."
And honestly, it was shit. It was shit. I walked out. I won't have one from there. Definitely not going on and saying I want a freaking Italian BMT, and I have to have what they tell me I've got to have only salad wise.
Yeah,
Get the fuck
at
out of here.
that point, you may as well just go into Greg's or
You might as well just go
Tesco
get a
or,
fucking-
or
yeah, get a
any of the
sandwich.
other sandwich vendors.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Forget
mean-
that for.
I guess that saves the workers from people like Tim that go in and look at him and just get that evil grin on their face and go, "I want the salad," because he gets everything. And he wants extra of everything. You can't.
Yeah, but
afford that shit.
that's the best thing about. I used to love going to Subway and being able to say to them, they'd put you see it all being made up for you. They put out, what would you like? I go, I want lettuce, tomato, cucumber, sweet corn, red onion,
Sweet
and
corn.
peppers. You can have sweet corn on ours, yeah, sweet corn.
We don't have sweet corn here.
Oh, we have sweet corn, yeah. And
Corn on a sub?
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you have fucking corn on everything you want? It's not just for popping.
Well, no. I mean, I eat corn like regular corn. I don't just eat popcorn, but I've
Yeah.
never heard of it being on a sandwich.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never.
Put it on a sandwich.
Never.
yeah.
That's
Like
different.
a burrito or a taco.
Sandwich, pizzas,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Corn on pizza? Okay,
Yeah.
you guys are weird.
Y'all
Yeah, you
are-
have chicken and
Y'all are
chicken,
messed
chicken
up.
one, chicken supreme.
Well, it's just yeah, it's a veg.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't you?
Exactly. So yeah, you'd have so you go in and you say, and they go, "Is that all?" I went, "No, can I have some more peppers on there, please?"
Yeah,
And they
exactly.
go, and you put extra.
Because they
peppers.
always
Is that
ask you, is that enough?
enough?
And
Yeah.
you tell them you want
go,
more
yeah.
stuff.
No, I
You
want
can
some
do
more.
that.
Yeah, and that's what the idea with Subway was. Not any fucking more. Not in the
And
UK.
That's the
Yeah.
point of going to
Bastards.
Subway. That's why Subway was a draw. And you toasted or untoasted, you got all these choices, you know?
That's
Now they take
why
them away from
it's
you.
people like us that go to Subway and we don't get our sandwiches folded and wrapped in paper like normal Subway sandwiches. Ours go in a salad bowl and you can barely fit the lid on. You have to eat that sub with a fork
To get down to the point where you can actually wrap it. Yeah.
because my Winnie loves me and she makes us.
That is how
salad
we had
bowl
our subs last night. I bought 1 foot long because I just like, let's just get something quick to eat. I buy a foot long, we'll split it. She actually split it into 2 sub bowls and they were so full, I thought I was going to die. Each one
There
of
was
them.
enough veggies on 1 6-inch for a full foot long and then some.
Brian's saying he had a friend who mounted a coin lock on his beverage refrigerator. He says it helped him save money. Go figure. And he's also saying what would be great is a home mixing machine where you could load up your favourite flavours to your favourite mixes and use a smartphone with a QR code and mix it with your juice perfectly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Tim already has something like that. He's like, I really want this mix and I don't really want to get the stuff out to mix it. Will you make it for me?
Yeah, so you just got to get Cassie, and then you're all set. Same with Liam earlier. I can't be bothered to go just get yourself a Cassie. You're good.
Neil says, Benny, that sounds corny. And Marty's saying pineapple, ham, mushroom, and corn on the Domino's with extra sauce. Gonna be extra sauce.
Yeah, corn
I
on
mean, the
pizza
ham
just
and
sounds.
mushrooms okay, but the
Liam, have you
pineapple and the corn,
Yeah,
no.
I was just looking at the recipe now. What it looks like
Corn.
it's done. It's literally just taking his. It looks like it's literally just taken a couple of Nick's recipes and just picked flavors and percentages from those recipes and just dumped them together.
Can you bring it up? Let's have a look.
I haven't got Facebook on my PC, but I'm not.
Right.
I don't think you'll be able to see it on that. But it's Neville's White Gold Honeycomb Custard, 4% Cat Vanilla Custard V1. It's got reasons and everything next to it. And FA Custard Premium, 1.5%. Wonder Flavors White Chocolate, 3. Vape Train Honeycomb, which is Flavor Impact. Is it Flavor Impact?
Impact flavors.
Impact Flavors, 2%. FA Caramel, 0.75. TFA Bavarian Cream, 1. TFA Meringue, 0.75. Cap Super Sweet at half. And total flavouring, 14%. That's not quite enough sweetener for a Nick recipe, that.
No.
It'd be up to around about 1% it would for the sweetener. But everything else looks, I mean, percentage-wise, it looks all right. But looking at it, I think it's literally just taken 2 or 3 of his recipes and
Just
just
mix them together.
mashed it together. That's what it looks like it's done. I mean, you got
And sometimes it does well, and sometimes it does not.
I mean, the notes are just very generic notes. It doesn't seem to be as detailed as the Wayne ones. But I'm assuming that's probably because they had a lot less data in the world.
Yeah, he's,
I
not
mean,
as well known. He's not as well known as Wayne.
I mean, he did come second after all. I mean, you got the Cat Vanilla Custard, Undisputed King for a reason, rich eggy custard base. And then adds complexity and a slightly different, smoother custard note. That's for the FA. Excellent creamy, authentic white chocolate, doesn't fade. The Star Honeycomb note. Same that the notes, like I said, seem to be just very generic as well.
Yeah. At least they give it a go.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't look like a bad. It doesn't look like a bad recipe at all. I'd probably give it a
sounds
mix.
alright.
Just
Yeah,
to,
it sounds alright,
I'd give her a mix just to see what it tasted like. But it just seems like it's taken 2 or 3 of his most popular recipes and just mashed them together.
Yeah. Brian had a meatball marinara. That's what we call it here, meatball marinara.
Yeah. We didn't go today because the car was acting up, so we didn't want to make the extra stop. But last week we got the garlic cheese steak. It was very
Garlic
interesting.
cheese steak. We don't have
The
garlic.
cheese,
Don't
the
have garlic.
cheese, it's a new one, and the cheese is super salty, like super
It's 'cause
salty
they use,
cheese,
like that melted like nacho cheese sauce.
All right.
but
but
it's salty.
Because it was us, she like loaded the cheese sauce, so there was like 3 times the amount there was supposed to be.
Yeah, a little indigestion from that cheese.
She loves us, but she's also trying to kill us.
Yeah. Is that local to you then, your Subway?
Yeah.
As local as it gets for where we live.
I don't know if we have it here. That's all I know.
Oh, Neil's put, here's my nutty butter. Do you want to bring that up? Let's have a look at that, Niels.
Yeah, Nutty Butty V2
What's
Which-
Sammy? What the hell's Sammy?
sandwich.
Sammy.
Sandwich.
Oh, Sammy. Sammy. All
Sam,
right.
sandwich. Sandwich.
Sandwich. Right.
Sandwich.
Right,
You say
so
sarnie.
so Nutty Butty
That's what
V2
don't be all right.
is 3% peanut butter buttercream from Wonder Flavors, 1.5% SSA clotted cream, 2% SSA Cornish cream, 1.6% Wonder Flavors crispy wafer, 0.5% of Wonder Flavors honey roasted peanuts, 0.7% Wonder Flavors ice cream dark chocolate, 1.5% Wonder Flavors milk chocolate pudding, and 0.75% super sweet by Perillium.
Nice. Sounds
Was
quite
all.
nice, does that, actually?
Yeah, death by
Except from the
chocolate.
peanuts, I'd drop all the peanut out of it.
No, yeah, no. that
You know what I
that
mean? 'Cause I'm
honey
not a massive fan of peanuts.
that honey roasted peanut from Wonder Flavors, it is really nice. It does actually taste like honey roasted peanuts.
Yeah, that's why I don't like peanut. I don't like peanut vapes. I
But
really don't like
but
peanut vapes
un,
or
unfortunately,
nutty vapes.
if you do push that honey roasted peanuts up just that little bit too high, you start to get that usual,
Oh,
you
that
know,
piss smell.
yeah.
Yeah,
It,
I'm not. I don't like any nuts in my vape. I really don't
it
like that nut taste.
it takes more. It takes more with that one to actually get that smell than with a lot of the other honeys. But yeah, it is a really nice peanut though.
No. Has anybody else been mixing out there? Been mixing anything up? Has anybody been mixing anything? Been doing anything nice with your mixing? Like I say, I got the Drakes out. But all right. Like I say, it don't take long, does it? Especially if you've got like a pre-mix.
Yeah. Once you've done a couple of mixes and you got a feel for the flavors
cool.
that you're using, it doesn't matter if you got three flavors or 300 flavors.
Yeah.
It once you got a feel for those flavors, so you know what sort of percentages you like on them and how they work well together, you can just throw a mix together in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Martin's saying, Benny, like I said, AI can create, but will never be better than a human brain, as human brain has still provided all its information, even with learned behaviour. It can't think for itself yet.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's what the artificial intelligence should be, in that it can actually think for itself without being told. And that's when all the problems are going to start coming. That's when Skynet's going to take over.
It'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Benny also can't taste, so therefore you got an issue there. Like, two things can sound great together, and then you mix them together, and the chemical compounds just do not work together.
But
like hippies Blue Falcon, you mix those two flavorings together, and it completely changes what the flavor profile is. They're good, but him and I also tried the hibiscus candy with a cream, and that separated the cream in a way that didn't taste like a regular cream anymore, and separated the floral element into something weird too. And that's something the AI couldn't figure out, is if how those chemical compounds will react.
Yeah, but you've also got the there's also got to be some sort of way for them to actually do an artificial taste bud. Surely.
Yeah. They can
So so if they can make something like that, then yes, it would be able to mix by taste.
But someone would have to train that taste bud, which would be difficult considering how many different profiles of taste buds you get.
Yeah. Graham's saying, but as people rely on AI more, we will get stupider.
Yes.
Try that. You can do that now. You can do that now with
We
people
already-
buying stuff.
You already have it happening.
Yeah, you people are stupid.
But
Consider like 25 years ago how much of that memory you had to learn and had to know, and now I'll just Google it.
Yeah.
But the same people that I grew up with are older than me, parents and stuff like that. They were saying, "Don't believe everything that you read on the internet and everything else." They're exactly the same ones now that believe everything that they read on the internet.
Or see on the news, or see on the news.
Yeah. Neil's saying, is there a clone recipe for royal raspberry custard out? I don't know royal raspberry custard. I'm wondering if that's what is it, the one that Mike Vape does. I'm not sure. You'll have to tell us who it's by. We'll see. We could probably do a homage recipe to it.
There's a few raspberry custards out there. I've got a really nice raspberry custard. It's called Swilled. That's on ELR. I think Nevins has got a raspberry custard. I'm sure Graham said that he's done a raspberry custard at some point as well. There's loads of raspberry. There's loads of raspberry custards out there. It's just finding the one that you think is going to be closest to that.
Echo says, I know a flavour that changes every single mix into a dumpster fire. It's called Black Soul by FA.
Yeah, don't
Oh my
remind
God,
me.
that's so gross.
We had to
Oh,
test it. Yeah, Echo Dub tested before we did, and we still had to test it knowing we were getting into this and it was going to taste terrible.
There's a
It
black.
tastes like somebody took a Band-Aid and poured a bunch of soap on it and then threw it in a
Oh.
dumpster
Yeah, I
fire.
think it had lychee in it. If I remember correctly, it's blackberry and lychee. Is what
Yeah.
it's supposed to be.
Is it a mix? I wonder if they
Oh,
put
it's
some black.
horrible.
Is there some black fire or something like that in there to give it like
No,
a
no.
smoky taste, or is it just they
Dude,
they
funny
just
It's just disgusting. Like, oh no. FA, I swear that they are using AI and not testing lately with the way some of their flavors have been coming out the last like 4 or 5 releases.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
have
thought.
not
it was,
had a
John.
good hit rate. They have not had a good hit rate in a while.
BVG. Yeah, John, Royal Vapes on the Isle of Man. It's a nice raspberry custard. I'm guessing it's an old school raspberry custard then. That's what it'll be because it's been around for ages. So I'm assuming that it'll be. It won't be hard to replicate. I wouldn't have thought. I've never tasted it, so I don't know what sort of. I'm very tempted with it, because I know that Mike Vape loves it, and I was gonna. You can buy it here because it's obviously from Isle of Man.
Yeah.
But I've sort of never sort of been that interested, if you see what I mean. So I couldn't tell you what exactly it tastes like. But I'm guessing it's an old school recipe because it's been around for ages. So I'm guessing it won't be much different than with a Cap 1 in it, or maybe a Cap V2.
Cap V1, Cap raspberry,
Yeah. Bit of cream in there to cream it up a bit.
Bit of vanilla swirl, or maybe a little bit of Cap
Sweet cream, something like that.
Cap sweet cream, and then maybe a little bit of meringue or something, and job done.
Well,
I
that's a
think
cult-
Echo Dub and I agree with that flavor though. That Black Soul is you take that to the dumpster, watch the dumpster run the fuck away, and chase it down and throw it in. That's that.
Yeah, so Martin says, yes, Liam, yes, there. Also, I love Dr. Google. OMG, I've got a brain chill, but no, you've probably got an headache. Yeah, he's right, that innit? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Rocky says, I've asked AI for a good milk and honey pod recipe, and it came back with FLV, milk and honey solo at 5%. Tastes just like Joule creme brulee.
It tastes like soup.
Tell the truth, Roger.
All right, mate,
You just put into AI, make a mix using milk and honey as a solo flavor for a pod, and that's what it came up with.
I'll have a word with Anki and he can send your address and I'll try it, mate. If you've got some going, unless you're going to Expo, I'll get it off you there.
Mm-hmm.
So we can sort something out, I'm sure, because he's got some. Yeah, what's it like then, John? How do you find it? Do you like it? Is it nice? Is it a nice raspberry custard? But like I say, it's an old school recipe, so it's not going to be. I doubt it'll be somewhat overcomplicated, to be honest with you. No. Tommy, all right, mate. 16 thumbs up. Yeah, if you can hit the thumbs up, get it up to 20, that'll be good. It might get into analytics. Might get into the analytics once again. So I need to start spamming it out more.
Why do you want to get into the anal Olympics? I'm confused.
Olympics? I'd get into
I don't know. Benny said it. He said anal Olympics. He wants to get into. I don't
like
know.
a shot putter. Pole vault.
But you shoot it out the rear. You shoot it out the rear. Is that how it works?
No, that's the javelin. That's the javelin.
Oh,
The pole vault is where it goes in.
All right, yeah. So he's
Javelin's
saying,
where it comes out.
Liam Facebook message. John saying, yeah, it's a really nice vape. Proper strong raspberry jam and a nice dirty custard. Yeah.
Nice dirty custard.
Yeah, so
You
it
put
sounds
the
like
custard
it's
on the floor first. Gotcha.
yeah. So it'll be a V1 custard, won't it? It'll be definitely a V1 custard.
Okay, so Graham has sent me. It just says the recipe percentages. So I'm assuming that's the royal, the raspberry custard. So
Well,
what we've got is Cat Vanilla Custard V1, 4%. TFA Bavarian Cream, 2.5%. FA Meringue at 1. Inawera Raspberry Melina, up 2. FA Raspberry Red Touch at 1 and Cap Super Sweet at half. That actually, that looks really nice. Then that is old school,
Raspberry
proper old
custard.
school one, yeah.
Yeah. Mike says, question, using DIY e-liquid concentrates, can you replicate Royal Vapes on the Isle of Man? It's a nice raspberry custard, and that's what it's come up with.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's that, as I said,
Yeah.
that's proper old school custard. That sounds really that will hit the spot, even if it's not a clone of that. That recipe will definitely hit the spot
Yeah,
for raspberry custard.
Vapor Pumo has this Royal Raz 3.1. I'm thinking it's multiple tries to make that flavor, most likely.
Well,
That's my guess.
But there's a gold medal in Olympic. I do, mate. Yeah, gold medal. Mike says, question, had a random thought, with the advances of flavours and colours, was old juice really better or just nostalgic? It's nostalgic, mate.
Nostalgic.
It's 100% nostalgic because I got some Yorkshire Vapor orange custard, which I really, really liked when I first got it. And now I'm a bit like, oh, that doesn't.
Oh,
and it's changed company now, so it might not be exactly the same as it used to be. Before TPD, they've had to change the recipe slightly, but it definitely isn't as nice as when I first tried it. That's for
Yeah. So this is how nostalgia tricks you. It's not an e-liquid thing. I used to drink Mad Dog 2020
Oh yeah.
when I was younger. About 10 years ago, I thought, saw it in the shop, thought I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to try it. See if it's as nice as I remember it being. I put a little bit in a shot glass. I knocked the shot back. I spat the shot out. I tipped the bottle down the sink.
Yeah.
And you killed all the fish within 60-mile radius from putting
No,
that
they were
down
all
the sink.
pissed and dancing it straight like that.
It tasted like paint stripper.
Yeah.
It's like
Boonesbury wine, same thing.
That's
Yep.
alcohol abuse, man.
Yeah, but Boonesbury wine, same thing. I tried it again years after when we were growing up. It was what you grabbed, Mad Dog or Boonesbury.
Yeah, but
Boonesbury is sweeter, so you can kind of tolerate it, but it's so sicky sweet trying to cover that alcohol.
That's it. I remember that when, as I said, when I was younger, you'd have that bottle. The bottle would be passed around between you and a couple of mates, and you all enjoyed it. And it's just the memories of actually having a good time. Just made you forget what it actually tasted like.
Yeah. James is saying Grant's Custard, there's a few recipes out there for Grant's Custard. I think that was one of the first custards that people enjoyed.
Yeah, I mixed up one of the originals of that for Noted. It wasn't bad, but man, it took a steep.
Yeah.
Boone's Farm. Yep, that's it. Tommy.
Yeah, it is. It's because obviously it's nearly enough all Cat 1.
Yeah, there was one that came out. Grant's Custard came out at the same time as sort of Creed's, and I think Keith Jury's one come out around about the same time. There were quite a few of those type of custards hitting the e-liquid mixing scene.
Yeah, I think what is it did there's Mum's Custard, didn't they? The Digby's did Mum's Custards. Cloud Sugar used to think Thunderbirds in the park with my mates. Yeah, we all did that.
Yeah.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Or a bottle of cider that wasn't. First one I had was Strongbow and Wood. You remember Woodpecker?
Woodpecker, yeah, I remember Woodpecker.
Woodpecker cider, yeah.
Or they used to do a test. There was like a Tesco value cider as well, wasn't it? I don't remember drinking that too.
What's that?
There's like a Tesco value one.
Yeah, it's
before.
a value.
Yeah. It was like £1 a litre or something.
Yeah. Well, it's same as that. What is it in it? White lightning that suddenly exploded everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That if it's ever been near a fucking apple in my life, then that's fucking. It would probably it probably passed over the top of the vat of apples.
That's all I used to drink when I used to go to the student bar when I was in college was White Lightning.
Right, it was like fucking paint stripper.
It was like what? Yeah, but it was like £1.50 for 2 bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you might as well go
Exactly.
pick up the paint thinner. It does about the same thing.
Yeah, that's all it was because it's artificial. It didn't even taste like an apple. It tastes like they'd got some Fuji apple and stuck it in, like 1%, just to make it sort of
1%
taste like.
to try and cover up some of the alcohol that's burning
Yeah.
through your system. Yeah.
Yeah,
to make it taste a bit like a cider. Do you know what I mean?
there was one they used to do. They used to do a jug in Witherspoons, an actual jug of
Yeah.
scrumpy cloudy cider.
Yeah.
It was cloudy. Didn't taste much like apple, but it was cloudy. And it got you to where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
We used to like these alcohols because we didn't remember they tasted so bad because you'd be too damn drunk. You're right.
Yeah.
I had a cider age of a couple of summers ago. I went into Ed Esteem in Leeds and looked on board and they'd got a mango cider. I thought, ooh, that sounds quite nice. I'll have a bit of that. It was flat. It were like someone had shook it up and took all the bubbles out of it.
Yeah.
It had no fucking. It was just like drinking mango squash. It was fucking awful. Do you know when you sat there thinking, I fucking paid £5.50 for this shit? I've fucking done that for it. What awful. Oh, they do it in what is it as well? They do actually do it in Witherspoons. White cider as a young, yeah, exactly. All that just never had any apple in it. It was just Fuji apple at 1% in a 3 litre bottle of cider.
Yeah.
And then just got fucking arseholed on it. Yeah, Frosty Jacks with another one. Yeah. Tommy V used to go to Boone's farm when he lived in Cali. So, right, we are coming up to that time because we are calling it a little bit earlier than we normally like to say. While we're just with the 4 of us, we'll call it a little bit earlier. And I'm actually hungry, so I'm needing my tea. So we will go around. We'll give you just over an hour, which will a bit of OT. So yes. So we'll go around and say our goodbyes. So we'll start with Lady Liberty.
Bye. Thanks for making me feel younger because, I don't know any of these old freaking alcohols. Shit, I started right out on rum.
I still have Harvey's Bristol Cream at Christmas, Brian.
He has a little fucking flute glass. Do you know one of them little sherry glasses?
I do have his proper sherry glass.
Oh dear. Oh man.
Because Echo says, and I'll pass it to Liam.
Right. Night all. Thanks for popping in as you always do. Without your questions, as a show, we would be absolutely lost. It would just be the 4 of us just rambling amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'll pass it over to Tim.
Younger, she says, 32 shots of vodka later. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we got single source mixes this weekend. So there will be a giveaway this weekend. And then the following week would be the giveaway for you still have time to play along and hashtag AFL at Bull City. Orders over $75 automatically entered. $100 gift card for my birthday will be drawn the week after, which will be birthday mixes for me because why not do birthday mixes on the same day? I wasn't going to do it, but I was like, you know what? That's the day where we're going to get the gift for it. So, yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, and I'm going to pass it to Benny.
Put in some weird ass birthday dessert and cocktail recipes for him.
I'm sure he will.
You just had a super chat as well, Benny.
Yep.
Oh,
There you go, Benny.
Oh, Chris Cloud Chucker, mate. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, buddy. No, like I say, I always say you don't have to do, but it's much appreciated. Thank you. It will pay for the Zoom room this month. Thank you very much. So, right. Thank you very much for everybody joining us tonight. Much appreciated. Like Liam says, without you, it wouldn't be a show. Thank you very much for my co-host for joining me week in, week out. Much appreciated. You can go over to Monkey on Juice, the home of the UK e-liquid mixing show, over on Facebook. So if you want to join there and you've got any questions, someone will pick it up at some point. Do go over see Tim on Tuesday and a Saturday. Tuesday's when they're going through a long ass list of caramels, things, and
Butterscotches. everything else.
Scotties and all that. Like, that's going to take another 6 months. Do
Fucking
check out
honey.
the chocolates. Yeah, go check out the chocolates that they did before. If you are looking for some chocolate vapes and you wanted to know where to start to, which are the best chocolates to use in your recipe, do come over here next week, same time, same place. Good night.
Bye.